Once again, Liverpool just show that they are constant title contenders. This game shows that they are one of the best clubs in the league and probably the best clubs in the world. Once again, Liverpool show that they are always a threat when it comes to the Premier League title. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to MKB, and welcome back to Mellow Nose Ball. And another practically a routine victory for Liverpool. Like, it was pretty standard, it was pretty routine. There's nothing really to go on when you look at that particular victory. I mean, pretty much domination, really. And it's crazy to say that because when the game first started, I think in the first half itself, I mean, yeah, Brentford were really getting dominated and everything like that, but I thought defensively they were pretty solid to a certain extent. I think they were pretty decent defensively. I mean, yes, they conceded a goal in the first half, but I thought they were able to somewhat really hold Liverpool back. They were really able to kind of sort of like just somehow, how would I put it? They were able to really withstand the pressure that Liverpool were continuously putting on them, more or less for that first half exactly, right? But then the second half rolled around, and I felt like the whole defense completely forgot how to defend after that. Like, I think a lot of the goals really just came from a lot of defensive mistakes. And you look at some of those goals and you're kind of like thinking to yourself, and you're like, I feel like some of them are really preventable, realistically, right? I mean, defensively, if they had done better, especially I think I look at that Salah goal, for example. Like that Salah goal, you look at if Ben Mee ran with Salah in the moment, because I think he kind of went to sleep in that moment, and really Salah carried on, fought for the ball, ran for that ball when Ben Mee kind of like just slept there, and then it was kind of this Salah versus Nathan Collins battle, and obviously Salah won that and then scored the goal. And then you look at the next goal that was scored after the goal that was scored by Cody Gakpo, right? You're seeing that pass, that pass from Salah going to Cody Gakpo, right? It kind of like went past both Nathan Collins before the pass, right? Nathan Collins didn't read the threat of the ball very well, and then it went past them, and then it ends up to Mo Salah. Mo Salah passes the ball, and then the defender on the other side, just the ball goes under his feet, and then it finds its way to Cody Gakpo, and he slots it in. Like, defensively, Brentford just completely forgot how to defend. Like, there weren't really any standout performers in that game for Brentford's side. I mean, the only person really who I thought maybe did something was Ivan Toney. Even then, he didn't really have the best game, to be honest. Besides the goal that he scored, he really didn't do much. Like, realistically, I think some of his passes weren't so good. I thought we didn't really read the game pretty well. I thought the moments where you could have set someone like Neil Maupay in, or even when Wissa came on, I think there were moments where you could have sent them in, but it didn't really have a good game. But to be honest, like 5 games and 4 goals already, you could really see why a lot of teams are still looking for him, because you know what, the team may not, but he still gets the goals, he still scores goals and everything like that. But overall, on Brentford's side, it really wasn't a good performance for them. It didn't really play well. I thought their performance was really shocking, especially in that second half. Defensively, they were horrible. They didn't really create anything in the game. I think the only time they really threatened Liverpool was 1 or 2 chances, and even then, to really show that they really didn't threaten much, I think they got their first corner of the game in like the 90th minutes, and that really shows that they really didn't do much in that game, to be honest. And then you look at Liverpool side of things again. Liverpool just showing why they are contending for the title this season. Like, especially having someone like Mo Salah. Like, to be honest, right, Mo Salah to me personally is the only world-class winger in the Premier League, and for good reason. Because what he offers to this team, like even when he came on, right, Mo Salah comes into this game, right, and obviously comes in because of unfortunate circumstances, having Jota getting injured, right? But he comes into this game, he looks lively, he looks active, he looks like he wants to do something, he wants to be on the ball, he's making those runs and everything like that. And you kind of can see the bit of rust on him, because I think he had a couple of opportunities that he had and he didn't score them, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, he still got his goal. right? And then on top of that, he got the assist. Just coming off of his injury, coming into this game, gets a goal and assist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the type of world class players that Liverpool have, right? The quality that Mo Salah brings into this team. He doesn't even need to have the best game, but he still gives you a goal and an assist. And that's something that world class players do. Sometimes you don't need to have the best of games, but you still provide for the team one way or the other, right? And that's just what he did in this game. And the fact that he's back now, again, Liverpool looking scary. However, I think the main issue for Liverpool now is probably the issue of the injuries that they're suffering right now. And they're suffering injuries to some of their key players, right? Like, you look at Jota. Jota was having a brilliant game, in my opinion. I think he was playing very well. He was pretty good. And to be honest, I need to hold my hands up high too, because Jota, I kind of had Jota as this player who I personally thought that he was really just good in the box. And outside of the box, other than that, he didn't really do much. But he was like a pure goal scorer. Like, if he's a fox in the box, if you inside that 6 yard box, he was a dangerous player. But then outside of it, he didn't really offer much to the team. But in this game, I must say he was playing very well. The way he was driving with the ball, the passes that he made, and he was a constant threat to that defense. But then obviously the injury came along, and then he got injured, and it looks like a very serious one looking at the way he had to be taken out with a stretcher, right? So that's a huge blow to Liverpool, right? Already you have the likes of Alisson, who didn't play in this game. Keller played in this game, right? You have the likes of Alisson, he wasn't in this game, he's injured. Trent Alexander-Arnold, another one, he's injured. Another person that got injured in this game was Curtis Jones. Another player, a quality player that they're missing, is Thiago. Like, you're looking at all these injuries that Liverpool are suffering. It's a crazy amount. It's a lot of players that they have injured right now. Matip is still not around, right? So now, you kind of look at this now and you kind of think to yourself, this is probably going to be a big hindrance for Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp has to now make a lot of decisions. He needs to see how he's going to handle all of these injuries. Yes, they've done it plenty of times in the past, obviously. We've seen this. But you can't help but wonder that because of the amount of injuries that they're suffering, it's kind of the reason why in a lot of the seasons against Man City, they haven't been able to win the league, because a lot of their key players get injured in key moments, and that contributes to them not being able to really go over the finish line and everything like that. And considering the fact that so many games are coming up, like you're looking at Premier League games are still going on. They have a final to play against Chelsea. They are still in Europa League, and you know what I'm saying? And they're still in the FA Cup. So many games they still need to play, and the amount of injuries they already have suffered, it's going to be a tough run of games till eventually the end of the season. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what Liverpool are gonna be doing, but you can't really count Liverpool out. We all know the quality that Liverpool possesses in that squad, because especially with the likes of Salah still in there, the Virgil van Dijk, who I thought had an amazing game. The amount of times he would spread the ball forward and somehow it would land on a Liverpool player, and which will start a counter attack. I thought really that was really, it just shows the quality that he possesses. Konate, again, brilliant performance. The way that Konate has to be in the top 5 best defenders in the league, man. Like, he is so good. He is so good. The only issue I always had with Konate was his injuries. I thought his availability for the team is what really let him down. But this season, he's been available, he's been playing, and he's been playing at a very high level. I think that's very good on his part. McAllister, again, another goal for him. And I think to myself, he's been playing in that 6th position this season. And I think he's been playing very well there. But he's not really a 6. Like, you can see that he's not really a 6. And with Endo coming into the team for this game, playing in that 6th position, and having McAllister playing more up front, you really see that that's more of his positions. And you can see that by him getting the goal today. And all in all, it was a good performance from Liverpool side. You know what I'm saying? It was a good performance from them. But again, Brentford, man, I was really disappointed from Brentford. They didn't really do well in this game, you know what I'm saying? And it's really sad to look at it, because especially with the fact that they're probably gonna probably most probably going to lose Ivan Toney, probably the main spark of the team, their captain, the main man, the star guy. You really wonder of how are they really gonna push on without someone like that next season. But obviously this season I think they're like 6 points away from the relegation zone, so still they're in a good spot. But then anything can happen if they lose again, because they have a game against City next away too, so that's going to be another tough game for them. And especially since they just beat Wolves coming into the game, you think maybe they're coming in with some good momentum, but then with Liverpool thrashing them the way they did and then going to City after this is going to be tough for them. But overall, it's a good game for Liverpool, obviously. They performed well, and obviously you can see that they're still there in the title challenge. And so we're just going to have to see if they're going to be able to push on with the amount of injuries that they have. And yeah, I'm very curious. So comment down below on where you guys believe Liverpool going to be able to push on more, how they're going to handle the injuries and everything like that. Yeah, I'm curious to hear. So yeah, so subscribe to the channel, comment down below, like this video, you know what I'm saying, yeah, and hit that bell for any post notification. And yeah, we out.